guys, what's up? Welcome to yet another splendid, fantabulous, enthusiastic, incredible. I don't say me with all this by myself. Welcome to the Meet Personality Show with your one and only IT to the OHS with the R. And today I'm meeting one creative, talented, special. When I say special, believe you me, he is very, very special. Out of his tight, busy, compacted, and complicated schedule, today he still find time to honor our invitation to appear on the Meet Personality Show. Let's welcome CrossWordz.
Yo bro, so
You're welcome. Yo guys, so this is CrossWordz. He's a spoken word artist and a rapper. CrossWordz, greet your people, greet your people.
Yo, what's up, how you doing? My name is CrossWordz. Okay, my real name is David Ikani on paper, but I go by the name CrossWordz. I'm a rapper, I'm a musical artist, a poet, an actor, and also a scriptwriter, amongst other things.
Yo man, that's CrossWordz. He's fully loaded. He's super talented CrossWordz. So CrossWordz, you are a spoken word artist and also a rapper. And obviously there is just a thin line between these two.
Very, very simple.
Yeah, so how have you been? I'm telling you. So how have you been able to blur this thin line between the two?
Okay, well, for me, seeing that I started spoken word poetry before I started rap, I think I was able to just find a way. Initially, it was hard for me to find a way to sync those two things together because I had issues being on beat, which was one of the reasons I didn't like rapping in the first place. But eventually, I was able to find that place to be able to fixate my words and find the rhythm, the beat, and then I think from there on, I just thought it's just one thing. It's still just music, but sometimes it's music with a heavy beat, an emotional beat, no beat, but it's still just music at the end.
Okay, so among these two, which one gives you more vibes?
Hard question. Very, very hard question. Which one gives me more vibes? I would say spoken word poetry. That's what I call. So yeah, I would say spoken word poetry. There's this place where spoken word poetry reaches for me that rap cannot reach, music cannot reach, because it's just, I find absolute expression in spoken word poetry.
That means spoken word is really deep.
Yeah, exactly. It's really deep compared to all of my other art forms.
Okay, so how has your early days contributed to who you have become and what you do?
Okay. First of all, I'm still becoming. I would like to point out I'm still becoming. But how my early days have shaped me up to this point where I'm at right now, I would say, first of all, I spent a lot of my childhood reading. I actually spent it like this one, don't even count. Don't say they only try for geek or something. Like I was actually a nerd growing up. Like I did that peculiar with that for reading hours and hours and hours. So I think that helped my vocabulary a lot because I had a lot of words in my head growing up. I was always reading, going to the dictionary, checking words. That was one thing that really influenced.
That means you were such a good student.
Yes, no, funny enough, like growing up I like book. Yeah, no.
Now you they carry first.
Now me they carry first. You understand? Like now me actually they carry first. And I really like books. But besides that, also growing up I grew up in a house where we do like music. Because I grew up in the church. My dad's a pastor. Yeah, a church boy, a complete church boy. Yeah, I play instruments, I play the drums. You understand? So I grew up in the church and being around music constantly, being in that church space, seeing my father talk to people, preach. I think all of that plus reading a lot, all of this just came together. And then movies. I watched a lot of movies growing up, a lot of movies. So all of that, I think all of that was contributed to shaping me into somebody that was always interested in the art.
Your creativity.
Yes, exactly.
So aside this spoken words and rap, what else do you do?
Besides spoken word and rap, I'm an audio engineer. Like I do live sound engineering, so I can set up sound for concert. I'm not like myself, you can come out. I don't charge too much. I also write scripts. I'm a scriptwriter. I act. I direct sometimes. I direct screenplays sometimes. What else? I like the chop beans.
Man, this guy is multi-talented, multitaskful. Man, that's good in an economy like this. Person know they do one thing.
Today I go to spoken word, they don't pay me. I find out to go to sound.
That's how you run. Alright guys, so it's still the Meet Personality Show with Itohs. and I'm still hanging out here with CrossWordz. He's a rapper, a spoken word artist, like he just said, a sound engineer, an actor, and so many things. We'll go on a very short break now. We are going to play this piece by CrossWordz entitled Monalisa. Watch this piece, and when we are back, we'll discuss more about CrossWordz just released project titled Winter is Not Forever.
She was born beautiful, her eyes oval and her cheeks full. Her daddy a pastor, her mom owned a bookstore. Locked away like RCT and Adam Levine, at the age of 2 she knew all about Jesus being divine. Dropped off daily at school by the driver, protection was 100% and nothing could harm her. She knew all about God but never watched the news, and so didn't really see blood until she turned 13, and then there was the bleeding. Too afraid to tell mom, she saw it all addresses but stayed dumb. When mama eventually found out, all she did was shout, but no one told her what it all meant. And into her room, a box of pads was all that was sent. Beautiful black girl wasn't a girl no more, but still her mind stayed raw, ignorant of the meaning of all the changes. But she couldn't ignore the pop on her chest that felt like 2 oranges. For a while, it stayed that way, until mama came to her room to say, "This is your cousin John and he has come to stay." John was 18 and damn, he was mean. Mama was always at the bookstore, daddy was busy being a pastor. They made sure she read her Bible but didn't really care about all that she went through. How John turned her into a slave whenever they went out, how he'd flog her with his belt and in her face abuses he would shout, constantly starving her while he had takeouts. She was always terrified. Whenever he screamed her name, she instantly became petrified. At least it's just a few chores, she constantly told herself. Until that sunny afternoon he came strolling down like an elf. She had just come back from school and the weather wasn't so cool, so she took a bath, oblivious of the fact that it was just her and a monster in the big flat. He opened the door slowly and crept in. She laid still, of course she was sleeping. Slowly her eyes went open, her legs had already been pried open. The mass of his large body weighed her down. She couldn't move a limb and he placed a hand on her mouth so she wouldn't shout. He whispered in her ears, "Tell anyone about this and I swear I would kill you." She believed him, who wouldn't? Not even you. He ripped off her dress like paper. Every sound seemed to come from someplace far. He pushed her on the way outside and before she knew it, she felt him inside. She struggled hard until she no longer had strength. She was clueless what this all meant, but she couldn't ignore the pain that she felt.
Alright guys, welcome back to the show. It's still the Mixed Personality Show with the one and only IT to the OHS with the arts. That right there was a spoken word piece titled Monalisa by the man CrossWordz, man. I felt so much emotion on that. So guys, you can just go and watch the full video, complete video on his YouTube channel.
Channel CrossWordz TV. Don't worry, we'll leave the link to my stuff at the end.
The link will be on this video, so you can go check it out. So CrossWordz, that was on your EP, your first EP titled CrossWordz.
Okay, no, Monalisa was actually a single I dropped before I dropped my EP. It wasn't part of the EP.
Okay.
Yeah, it was separate from the EP. Yeah.
And then that was just spoken word EP.
CrossWordz wasn't purely, it had about, I think, three spoken word songs, 3 purely spoken word songs. It had a rap song on it. It had an Afrobeat song on it. Actually, I think CrossWordz was actually the first project where I stepped out of my the box everybody had placed me in, which was like everybody expected you to be just a spoken word poet. Like every other time, even before now, while I was in school, I had always tried to explore other art forms, singing and all of that. But people had always been used to me being a spoken word poet, and then my name again, CrossWordz. Yeah, so when they see me doing any other thing, they'll feel like I'm being trying to find fame for it, but they don't understand that me trying to explore every other thing. But on that EP, it wasn't just spoken word. I think the first track was the spoken word track, the next track was hip-hop, the third track was Afrobeat, so it was just a blend.
So you just dropped another EP titled Winter is Not Forever. So what's the inspiration behind this Winter is Not Forever?
Winter is not forever. Okay. Firstly, I'm happy you asked this question. Actually, I'm actually really happy you asked this question because this will be like the first time I would actually get to explain to people. Nobody has actually heard. A lot of people, apart from maybe personally, me speaking to certain people personally, nobody has really like grasped the idea of that EP. Now, first of all, the name Winter is Not Forever. I wrote and recorded all of the songs on that EP in winter. That's the first place the name came from. I wrote and recorded them in winter. That's in between. Each song was written and recorded between November and January. November 2021 and January 2022. Yeah. And then besides the fact that it's recorded in winter, you know, winter is like the cold times, the hard times, the difficult times. And for me, these were very, very difficult times for me. So I think all those songs came out of a place where I was trying to tell everyone that yes, I am at this point, yes, we are in this point, we're in this dark time, but it's not forever. Yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you won't check the track, if you check the EP, the last track on the EP is titled Rain. And there's a reason for that, because after winter comes rain.
So what's your favorite track on the EP?
Very hard question. My favorite track, just as if he born like 6 children,
You know, I know all the tracks there are dope. I've listened to the project over and over again. It's one of my favorite projects. But there must be one particular track.
Favorite track on I think this is hard. This is very hard. I think okay. I think my favorite track on that EP. My favorite, although I do not like it. Funny enough, I don't like listening to it every time. But it's my favorite. It's 21 years.
21 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, tell us about 21 years. Because 21 years actually is a track I wanted to ask you something about.
Oh, man.
Yes. So tell us about that 21 years track.
Okay, first of all, 21 years on that EP.
Yeah.
First of all, on that EP, I didn't really do the spoken word, like you said you listened to it already. So it wasn't like me doing spoken word sort of. I think it was only on 21 years I really did spoken word. So yes, it was more of rap, it was more singing. I haven't sang a lot on that EP. But for 21 years, there was this. The connection I had to 21 years that makes it my favorite is the fact that I bore my soul out on that track. It came from a place when I was like 21, a few years ago when I was 21. When I was 21 was one of the darkest points of my life, but at the same time it was one of the times I went through the biggest changes that has brought me to this point. Yes, I went through a lot of hard times, but still through a lot of good things that brought me to this point. So I think that track just captured all my years and all my months or days being 21 and the life I lived there.
Alright guys, I really recommend you to check out the Winter Is Not Forever EP. Don't you totally enjoy it? Yeah, check it out guys, check it out. You will love her. And believe me, you will love her. Yeah. Alright, so let's leave spoken word and rap aside.
Okay.
But let's talk about something very close to your people. Do you sometimes feel blue?
That's sometimes.
Because from what you said initially, I can sense that, but I just want to.
Yeah, I talk out my mom hear from the person's mouth. Well, do I sometimes feel blue? Of course. I feel like everyone at some point, except maybe madmen that are constantly happy. Even madmen still feel blue sometimes, to be honest. But I think, yes, I do feel blue a lot of times.
So what do you do to get out of that?
I think for me, I tend to accept it. I think that's how I handle when I am sad, when I'm in a bad place, when I'm going through a hard time. I kind of accept it. I don't struggle with it. I don't try to see it as something that I need to come out, I need to break out. No, I instead see it as a part of life, as part of my story. Like if I don't get sad, where will sad songs come from? If I don't get sad, how would I be able to understand a sad person when they come to me for help? So I just feel like I need to go through this sometimes. So I don't struggle with it, I just experience it and learn the lessons I need to learn. But it doesn't mean I just sit down and then be sad. No, it just means I keep an open mind. Whenever I'm in that blue zone, like you said, I just keep an open mind and try to understand why I'm going through what I'm going through.
So what do you think would be the cause of some sometimes going through?
Yeah. For me personally, money. God,
I don't get money, I just sad.
see, no, for real, like 90% of my depression will go for this time. If I get money, I don't like so money, like whenever I'm down financially, which is almost every time as a young Nigerian, I really feel down. And then another thing that brings me down, I hate feeling manipulated. I hate feeling manipulated because I'm someone who, whether it's a friend, whether it's a lover, whether it's someone I look up to, a mentor, if I'm giving when I want to work with someone, I give my all. Yes, I make a lot of sacrifice. So it always breaks my heart whenever I'm put in a position to feel like what I did is not enough, or I'm being manipulated.
You're not receiving the same energy as you are giving.
Exactly. So that's one thing that really breaks me down, which is something I've experienced a lot in my life. Being an artist who, I'm not really an artist who is after how we make out, it's more about how you create something. So whenever I give that energy and then I see being manipulated, it's another thing that takes me to that down point. And then love too, I don't chop breakfast too. All of us chop last.
Everybody chop breakfast.
I don't chop breakfast, so it's another thing that has my sad times. Yeah.
Okay, so what can you advise other young people who might find themselves in these shoes?
Okay. That's as an artist or as an artist going through life.
Going through life as a Nigerian especially.
Okay. As a Nigerian, guy, no go lose guard. That's the first thing.
No, there's a reason I say that, no go lose guard, because do not forget that what you have is something a lot of people do not have. I mean, see, Nigeria is a very dark place. It's a very, very dark place. It's a place where a lot of people are sad and we're just smiling through our suffering. So you understand. So if you have a gift, if you have a talent, if you are placed in a space or given an opportunity to create, no lose guard. Just keep doing, keep grinding, keep going. See, guy, if you don't come now, it will come. Just keep going. That's really all I can say. Like, nobody really knows. Just keep going.
But I also think speaking of with someone, therapist or someone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. When you're feeling blue for that part, open up, man. I've been in that point where I've been depressed. I've even felt suicidal at some point in my life. I won't lie. But whenever I pushed myself, because opening up to someone is really hard, I know. But whenever I push myself, even if it's not a therapist, even if it's a friend that you know has sense, and it's cool that has sense, so not just anyone, and share.
Everything
you understand. You just
Alright guys, it's still the Mixed Personality Show and I have here CrossWordz. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll take a freestyle from CrossWordz. So don't touch it. I'm still your one and only IT to the OHS with the art. Stay tuned.
Yo, what's up guys? You're watching the Mixed Personality Show with Itohs Articulate. Keep it locked.
Alright guys, welcome back to the show. See the Mixed Personality Show with Itohs. Right about now we are going to take a freestyle from CrossWordz. CrossWordz is going to freestyle. Waiting at 1 year. Is it rap? Is it spoken word? Is it monologue? This guy is super talented though.
Anything.
So CrossWordz, I beg freestyle for our people.
Okay. Alright now. Lately, we can freestyle for my people. Alright. Lately I've been aiming to do better, protect my peace of mind and make my mama a little bit prouder. Like Zacchaeus on the tree, man, I've been trying to seek more, be more, 10 toes on the pavement. Yeah, I give my sweat and blood, trying to make it straight like I'm homophobic. But I pray for grace, that is all I seek. Please do not take me home when I'm at my peak. I just want to speak the freaking truth, make it to the top while I'm in my youth. Sound the alarm, call on the troops. Bring on the future, guy, we know they fear, guy, we know they fear, man, I've seen it all, blood, sweat and tears, so I grind for my peers, I don't do this for the cheers, just want to ink my name when the sands of time, when it's all said and done, I know we saw, we found.
Yo, we saw, we found, thank you so much, man. CrossWordz. Man, I felt those lines, Alright, so CrossWordz, any special shout outs you want to help us?
First of all, shout out to Itohs Articulate for bringing me on this show. For bringing me on this show. For real, I feel honored, I feel privileged. I feel like one celebrity. They won't give me a man who talk the dream where they give me a man who cast them, want to give them free adverts. And then also a big shout out to Street Project Foundation, a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Ezenwa and Itohs. And then a big shout out to everyone who loves my sound, who enjoys my music, who streams my sound. God bless you.
Yeah, big shout out to you for always watching the Meet Personality Show with Itohs. You are doing well, we love you from the bottom of my heart, man. Alright, so CrossWordz, what are your social media handles?
Okay, on IG, I am at CrossWordz. On Twitter, it's at I am CrossWordz. On TikTok, it's CrossWordz TV, and then on YouTube, it's CrossWordz TV.
Alright. So we'll drop the link to the Monalisa video.
Yeah.
So just check down, you see the link to that video, so you can go and watch it. So CrossWordz, before I let you go, what is your last word to every young person outside there chasing his or her dreams?
Okay, to every young person, like I said before, keep going. The truth is, we are all on a journey that we know no end. We do not know what the end is, but we are aware of what the end is. That at the end of the day, we all end up dying. But even though we end up dying, what do you spend your time doing in between birth and death? So, as a young person, you have all the time in the world to make your time count. So just make it count.
That's it, bro. Make it count. Alright, guys, so that is the much we can take on today's episode of the show. CrossWordz, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
That's my man, CrossWordz.
And we out, my man, Itohs with the art.
That's so.
To the T, to the O, to
To
the
the H, to the S, with the
R.
R. You get that? Itohs Articulate. We finally signing out on the Meet Personality Show. See you next time.
Yeah, I don't know.